From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up? What's up? Happy Friday, world. It is the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live on IG. And boy, oh boy, it is Friday. We got a big weekend ahead of us, and I cannot wait. I know you guys can't wait either. All basketball tonight. We got 53 over 50. We had over 53 games today in college basketball as well too. Instead of doing league bets list tonight, I usually only do a bets list just pretty much for a Friday night in general. So that's where it's looking at for this one right here as well too. But man, I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be some fun. We got the dog of the day home last night, our biggest dog of the month, which was the Rockets at plus 225. Also, that was a client premium last night as well too, with the plus 7. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning as we walk into it, and we actually hit 3 out of 4 last night as well too. We got the under 114 with the Raptors last night as well, and then also we're able to get home We also were able to get home the Purdue game last night as well, too. They were a plus 4, wound up winning the game by 12 points. So it is what it is at the end of the day. So pretty much let's go ahead and jump into it. We got the playoffs starting tomorrow, and let's get into our first preview right here. And our first preview is going to be this. It's going to be the Rams at the Packers. Rams coming into the game 11-6, while the Packers coming into the game 13-3. The spread is going to be 6.5, with the over-under being over-under being 47.5. And then pretty much from what I can see here, we have ourselves a very, very good matchup. The Rams are coming into this one 10-7 against the spread, 5-12 when it comes to over and unders as well. Second in the league in sacks with 53. First in points allowed with 296. And then they've only given up 17.4 points per game on the season. 4-2 is underdog straight up and against the spread. And this is, you need to note this as well too, fantasy players. Cam Akers has went for 697 total yards in the last 3 touchdowns in the last 6 games that he's played in. So pretty much he was huge against Seattle last week. I think that they're gonna he's fresh as well too. You have to understand he didn't really play the first half of the season due to injury, and he's looking really good by the week. So pretty much I think he's gonna be the X factor for the Rams going into the game tomorrow. Then you got the Packers against the spread. Beautiful record, 11-5. Overs and unders, they're 8-8, and then they're first in points per game with 31.8 per game, and then they have their 5th in yards per game, 401 yards, 401.1, 11-2 straight up, and 9-4 against the spread as the favorite this season as well too. And this team has done very well against teams over 500 as well too this year with their record being this. With their record being 5-2 versus teams over 500, 2-0 at home. So they got that working for them, and this looks like it's going to be a good game. I'll have your bets ready for you guys tomorrow morning when we do the show, okay? So be ready for that, and I'm molding now, so I have something good for you guys tomorrow, for real. All right, so here we are. We move forward. Here goes our next preview. It's going to be the nightcap for Saturday. It's going to be the Ravens, who are 12-5 on the year, going against the Bills, who are 14-3, 2.5 on the spread, and then we do have a higher number here for the over under and everything like that with the with the over-under being 49.5. It's going to probably dip up to 50. Both of these teams tend to go over in their games as well, too. So you have the Ravens 10-6 coming in here against the spread. Then you got the over-under with the 7-9 on the Ravens. And then 5-3 versus teams over 500. 2-1 on the road with the stat as well, too. 0-1 versus the AFC East this year. They wound up losing to the Patriots on the road, but they're 8-4 other than that versus the AFC in total. Then they're only allowing 9.5 points per game in their last 3 games, so the defense has stepped up big time, and they're actually averaging 29.3 points per game as well too. It's good for 7th in the league. Then you got the Bills coming in here 10-6 against the spread, 12-4 when it comes to overs and unders, 7-2 versus teams over 500 this year, 5-4 against the spread, and then 4-1 at home in this spot as well too. 1-0 versus teams in the AFC North when they got their win over the when they did go ahead and get a win over the Steelers. Actually, the Steelers, they're part of that Steelers losing streak there at the end of the season, and they're 11-2 overall versus the NFC versus the AFC, 7-1 at home this year. And then they're averaging 42.2 points per game in their last 4 games as well, too. And then also they're only allowing 17 points per game in their last 4 as well. So this team is playing lights out defense, and they're outscoring teams by a 25-point differential as well, too. So Buffalo's coming in here as probably the hottest offense in the NFL over the last 5 weeks of the season. And then you have the Browns at the Chiefs. Let's get into the Sunday games. 12-5 on the Browns, and 14-2 on the season for the Chiefs. 57.5 over and under. -10 to the Chiefs here as well. The Browns are 3-3 as an underdog against the spread and straight up. They're 6-3 on the road this year as well, 2 straight up and against the spread. They're 4-3 versus teams over 500, and they're third in rushing, 148.4. Should that be something that the Chiefs should be Look at this. You always great compliments. Thank you so much, Independent. I don't know. It seems like you really want to just gobble a brother up, like literally. Hardy's biscuit wrapped in tinfoil. Oh, that gotta love it. All right, so pretty much that's what we're looking at. We got a Chiefs team, though. Let me go ahead, though. I could give you guys the great parts about the Chiefs, but this is the buyer beware preview for you guys, because we already know how great the Chiefs are. The Chiefs are probably the best team when it comes down to being clutch and winning a game in the end. But peep game, they 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games, but they're 7-1 straight up. Then they're 6-2 straight up, 2-6 against the spread at home. And then also they all road opponents. Pretty much all their road opponents. The only team that had somewhat of a winning record were the Raiders, who were 8-8. And so the Raiders, so pretty much they've played nothing but bad teams in Kansas City this season. And then they are number 1 when it comes to yards per game with 425.1. And, of course, they're number 1 in the passing game as well, too, with the 312.8 coming from Mr. Patrick Mahomes. So there it is. That's the preview for the Browns at the Chiefs. Just giving you guys the highlights of what you need to expect this week and how you guys can not overbet in a spot where they feel like it's going to be a gimme game, okay? So just giving you guys the notes, and that's what it is. Tomorrow we'll have the bets ready for Saturday's game. Sunday we'll have Sunday's bets ready for those games. All right. Now we got our final game of the weekend. It's going to be the Bucs at Saints, their third matchup of the season. Saints are a 3-point favorite in this one. Bucs are 12-5, while the Saints are 13-4. We got an over/under of 51.5 points. As you can see, the Bucs are 1-2 as the underdog this season. 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the spread on the road this season. Third in points per game with 30.8, 35.8 over the last 5 games as well, too. Not including those last 2 games right before last week's playoff game where they dropped 47 and 44 back-to-back. And then you have a team that's 4th in sacks on the season as well, too. So that's something to be aware of, because Drew Brees is going to have to watch his back, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be the game where he's really going to have to grit in this one. And then you have the Saints against the spread, 10-6-1 over under 9-8 this year, 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the spread at home, 8-6 against the spread, 11-2 straight up, Pretty much the 8-6 comes because you guys know that they did have a draw. They did pretty much push them with the Chiefs when they played them. And then we have this team being fifth in the league when it comes to points per game with 30.1. And then they lead the league in interceptions with 18 on the season. So that's going to be the notes for the Bucs at the Saints. The nightcap, pretty much the game of the weekend, grandpa versus grandpa, and it is what it is at the end of the day. One elder statesman is probably going to be their final playoff game. I'm dead honest with you guys. Seriously, it might be one of those two's finals games. So better appreciate what you're watching on Sunday as well too. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the money, baby. And up first is going to be the CBB Bets List. And today with the CBB Bets List, we have a good group here. I'm going to go ahead and take Longwood plus 16 today. They should be able to cover that spread against Winthrop. Then we got LIU Brooklyn today. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn's red hot in the Northeast right now. I think that they're going to take the conference this year as well too. I'm going to have them LIU Brooklyn minus 125. There it is. You already know, Janetti. You know, grandpa, the old folks home. Old folks home game. They got a lot of old I was somebody players in the game as well too, so you got to be prepared for that. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of grandpas running around that field come Sunday. Then we have Campbell. Campbell let us down a little bit yesterday. They was a client play. They was my only client play that didn't cash. They only won by 2 points, so that means they got to get their redemption today. We're going to get them with the 7.5. Let's see how it shakes out. Hopefully they get this win by 10 or better. You got Wright State going against Cleveland State today. Wright State is always a lights-out team at home, so I'm going to go ahead and ride the numbers right here, and I think that they can win this game by double digits or better. Then we got Florida Gulf Coast. Florida Gulf Coast is in a good spot where pretty much it's going to break up evenly, but I think that Florida Gulf Coast is going to be a bit too much, and I got them winning this game. I got them with the minus 150. Then we got Kennesaw State money line plus 160 in a toss-em-up spot, but I like the home team a lot here, so that's why I'm riding with them here. And then I got Stetson plus 10. Stetson, let's see how it shakes out. This is a good spot for them, even though it's risque business because they are going against Liberty, and Liberty should run away with that conference this season, but still, Stetson is always going to loom a danger because that team doesn't get taken seriously enough. And then you got Buffalo going against Bowling Green today. I love Buffalo to win this game by 6 or better. And then you got UTEP in a Texas matchup going against North Texas later on tonight, and I got them with the plus 5.5. And then we end the list with the Cal State Northridge Matadors, the party school. And we're going to go ahead and take CSUN money line minus 125. Let's see how it shakes out, and we'll go from there. Kennesaw State. I remember one year. It was like 3 years where they only won one game each season. Like, seriously. I'm like, I was like, y'all can't go get no ringers? What's up with that? Y'all can't go get no grown men over at the park and act like they a student? Come on, man. You got plenty of people eligibility around you. All right, so we're going to get to the end, and this is going to be the NBA. And in the NBA tonight, we got 37-1 ticket here. And pretty much we're going to go with the over 197 Knicks and Cavs tonight. I think that this one is going to wind up being a really good game, and I think this should shake out for the best of us, for everybody. And they will go ahead. Dom, you probably sold about 5 tickets a game, huh? 5 to 10 tickets. See, that when your team is bad, people only go to your game to make it a social gathering so everybody can figure out where they're going to party at after the game. Like, nobody has watched 1 ounce of basketball for the game. I know, because I had a bad high school football team as well, too. We used to go to games, and it used to be, it was like being at Def Comedy Jam. Seriously, dude. Like, it was so many funny. So it is what it is, man. I love it. So pretty much we got the Mavs on national television tonight. I love them tonight, plus 7.5. But I got to take them on insurance tonight. I think that they're going to have a great game against the Bucs. And boom, whoop, there it is. Of course, you need bodies in the building. Your team won 1 game, and it's always going to be the homecoming game. Like, damn it. And Bulls minus 115 in a spot tonight. Billy Donovan gets his revenge over his old team, the Thunder, in my opinion. So I'm taking the Bulls with the minus 115. Let's see how it checks out. And then we got the under 224.5 with the Grizzlies and the Wolves tonight, and probably the most under the radar game there is in the NBA. And then we have, last but not least, the dog of the day today. And they got to take care of us finally. We had them last few weeks back. Same number, and we lost the game by 4 points. Tonight, we win. We're going against the Jazz tonight. I expect Trae Young to come up big, have a good game tonight. Cam Reddish has been coming along very nicely lately, and I can't get enough of that John Collins. I know we don't have an all-star game this year, but John Collins would have definitely been an all-star this year with Trae Young. So there it is. That's the NBA Super High Five for you, 37-1. And pretty much I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And as I said before, you guys, just keep following the movement. We are moving to StreamYard, so make sure you guys lock it in. I will put the links for you guys as well too, so make sure if you're following me on Twitter, you won't miss a thing because it's going to be right there on Periscope. Also, it's going to be on my YouTube, so make sure you guys follow the YouTube, Prime Wave Media. It will be right there live every day, Monday through Friday. And then also, if you guys know me, you guys follow it on Facebook and just put in the Primetime Angles Show, and then it should show up because that's going to be the direct outlet where I'm going to be showing the show at. So guys, be ready. We are moving to StreamYard Monday, so be ready for that, okay? And if you guys are interested in being an exclusive client, go ahead and go to primewavemedia.net. I got packages to choose from, including weekend packages as well too, just to see if you want to test the waters, things of that nature. Weekly packages, monthly packages, and then the almighty VIP package. You don't want to miss out on that one, no. The VIP package, there's a lot of benefits to that. So pretty much there it is. This is the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live on IG. And hopefully we don't have any issues recording this show today after I get done with everything. So it is what it is because it was an awesome show. So pretty much I thank you guys so much. Happy Friday. I see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Sharp, and we'll go from there. So there it is, and that's it. Bet with your head, not with your heart. And I am gone. Thank you for tuning into the Primetime Angles, the premier sports betting show, hosted by the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Captain. This is a Prime Wave Media production, and go ahead and press that subscribe button.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production